I saw people making comments like, hey, yeah.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
Thank you. I have it for a while until Baldwin State Green County
Okay. Very much.
Star Wars was crazy. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Go Bananas Comedy Club, Cincinnati's home for stand-up comedy. Tuesday night, who's ready to have a good time? Oh my God, please, we can do better than that. Tuesday night, make some noise! Listen to that! Couple quick announcements before we get the show started. Please set those cell phones in the silent or off position. Keep that table talk to a minimum. No heckling the comedians or you will be asked to leave. This is a contest. With that out of the way, everyone make some noise for the comedians who came to see the funniest person in Cincinnati competition! And now, please help me welcome to the stage your host and MC, the very funny, the very talented, Dan Seabree!
Okay, you guys are, is this on? Is it, what? Well, yeah, no, I'm checking that right now. Yeah, there's no buttons on it. Hey, what's up, everybody? How about, just pretend like the music's still going, and you're having a good time, and this isn't happening right now. Can you do that for me? No, you can't do that for me, right? You can't. Yeah. Oh, I love music. Dude. Man, I was worried my jokes weren't gonna go good. This wasn't even a concern for me.
The other mic.
The other mic. Oh, there's two. Was that here the whole time? Yo, was that here the entire time? Man, I didn't even see it at all. What's up? Hello. Okay. Hello, everyone. How's it going? All right. That was really. Can you put the music on just to reset the mood for a half a second? Or not. That's good too. What's up, everybody? Welcome out to Go Bananas Comedy Club. Make a bunch of noise if you're ready to have a good fucking time. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. Man. Well, to everyone performing tonight, don't worry. The most awkward thing that could have happened has already happened. So you guys don't need to stress. You'll have a good time. Hey, real quick. Hey, we're at a... I don't know what I'm talking about. This is weird now for me. What's up, everybody? Welcome out to the comedy competition at Go Bananas, the funniest person in Cincinnati. Make some noise if you've been to this kind of competition before. Hell yeah. All right. For those of you who have not, we got a couple rules. There's going to be an amateur division and a semi-pro division. In the amateur division, you're going to vote for 3 comedians. In the semi-pro, you're going to vote for 2, okay? And if you're like, oh no, I'm totally face blind, or all these people are super ugly, so I don't want to look at their faces. I don't remember who's who. Don't worry. I'm going to bring them back on stage at the end of the show, and I'm going to count them off, and you're going to know who everybody is. Sound good? Hell yeah. Also, if some shit happens, fire exit right over there, or back the way they came out, all right? All right. Usually when I say all right, that's a good clue to clap or be like, yeah, you know, that's good, making noise. Hell yeah. I'm really excited to be here, which honestly sounds like a lie at this point. I'm just bullshitting. No, I am really excited to be here because earlier this afternoon I was in Kentucky, so I'm very happy to be here. I was visiting my uncle, and when I was down there, I was leaving, and he said something to me. It's fucked with my head. I can't stop thinking about it. He's like, Dan, I'm so happy you came down to visit here in Kentucky, because I don't know if you know, Kentucky is a state where a little bit of heaven spills over. Yeah, I was like, word, what a shit-ass ad for heaven that is. Are you kidding me? Yo, if heaven is anything like Kentucky, fuck that. I'm getting unbaptized tonight. I'm not taking any chances. I'm going straight home and watching like 9 Lil Nas X videos in a row. Can you imagine how absolutely pissed you would be if you read the Bible every single morning? You went to church on Sunday morning. Shit, you used to have a coke problem, so you go to church on Wednesday night too. You're like full in, right? Your time on earth is over. You ascend into heaven. Then the very first thing you see behind those pearly gates is a giant holy water tower that on it says, heaven, y'all. Thank you. The rest of you, act up. No, I'd be like, yeah, fuck that, send me back. I'm gonna suck like 3 times as many dicks this time. I'm not coming back. So like 6. I'm not coming back here. I love traveling to do stand-up. I just love doing stand-up in general. It's like my 3rd favorite thing behind coming and smoking weed. I love it. I love traveling for stand-up because the best part about traveling to do stand-up is when you meet new people, you can tell them that you graduated college and they just believe you. It's crazy. I saved so much money on college by lying. Anybody else try that? Hell yeah. All right, anybody here pay for it? Yeah, fucking chumps, dude. Oh man, I lie all the time. I'm like, I graduated sue me cum loudly or whatever. I'm really good at reading books. And no one ever has to see a degree. Not one time. Never. I do live in Columbus though, and I love Ohio State. I didn't go there and I don't give a shit about the sports teams, but I do love Ohio State for one reason. Because I buy mushrooms from a dude that teaches there. And I'm like, go Bucks, or whatever, you know? I'm like, OH. But I love it. One time we were hanging out, though, and he was smoking a joint, and he hits, and he goes, Dan, I don't want to brag, but I'm having a really nice week. I was like, all right. Tell me, why is your week so good? He's like, again, I'm not trying to brag, but I just got my learner's permit. And I'm like, don't worry, that's not technically bragging. Also, that should be illegal, right? Like, you should not be allowed to teach if you don't know how to drive a car. Are you kidding me? How would any student be able to take him seriously, like, at all? Like, if I was his student, he was like, Dan, this paper fucking sucks. I didn't graduate college. I'm not sure what they say if you do a bad job. But it's like, oh, this paper sucks or whatever. Like, I hate to hear that. You still need a ride home, though, after this? What are you doing? I'm free. Yo, do you guys see the lead singer of Smash Mouth died? All right, 2 people. Well, if you didn't know, sorry, spoiler alert, he didn't make it. And that sucks, because I love Smash Mouth. Honestly, they're like my favorite band to follow on Instagram. Because they posted a video like 7 months ago of them doing that song, All-Star Live. You guys know how that song goes. Like, hey now, you're an all-star. We've all seen Shrek. We know how that song goes, right? Silent nods. It's very appreciative in this public comedic format where noise is usually an indicator of agreement or enjoyment. But cool. But you guys know what that song is, right? Yeah, there you go. Now you're getting, hell yeah. That song fucking rules, right? But they performed a live version and they put it on Instagram. And there's like 20 seconds of that song is like a little instrumental break. During that instrumental break, the lead singer puts the mic in the mic stand, walks to the back of the stage, huffs, turns back around, grabs the mic out of the mic stand and says exactly this. You know, now that I think about it, I really fucking hate doing this shit. What a funny time to bring that up, right? In the middle of your work shift. That's crazy. That's wild. And like, but then the next thing he says blows my mind. I can't stop thinking about it. I can't really even wrap my head around it. He goes, you know, I bet if I could suck my own dick, I'd probably never leave the house. Which I don't think is part of the song originally. I think he kind of ad-libbed it there in the moment, which I get. I do that shit all the time, right? That's a crazy thing to say into a microphone, right? We could all, like, I would never say that, except for like what I did a second ago. But I just don't understand the sentiment. Like, I don't want to suck my own dick. Ugh. Don't want to get herpes twice. No thanks. I'm good. Hey, that's gonna do it for me, everybody. Hell yeah. This show is gonna be awesome. I personally know a bunch of comedians on this show, and remember, the most awkward thing that could have probably happened has already happened. So the rest of the show is gonna be awesome, right? All right. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna introduce the amateur comedians, and they're gonna do a set, and then what we're gonna do every time I introduce a comedian, even if you know them or you don't, I want you to clap super, super hard and make as much noise as you can, okay? All right. Now, please make a bunch of noise for your first competitor of the evening, the one and only, the comedian, Silas!
All right, I'm gonna get right to it. Me and my wife, we just celebrated our 9-year anniversary. I don't understand why you're clapping. I didn't say I was happy. I'm going through some things, I am. Like, when me and my wife first got married, I got married to my wife and her son, who treats me like I'm a side dad. Like I'm a temporary situation to him. I no lie. Like, when we first started dating, he had me storing this phone under this dude that Mom's fucking with right now. It's crazy because he still feel a way about it because I checked his phone the other day. Now he got me stored under 3 clown face emojis. I'm like, I must be a clown because I'm paying for his damn cell phone every month. I must be. Father's Day came this year, man, just came and went. He ain't give me shit for stepping up. Y'all wanna know what he got me? He got me a gift card that his real dad got him from Wendy's. That ain't the crazy part. The crazy part is my goofy ass standing in line like, let me get a single with cheese, and they saying, sir, there's only 22 cents left on this card. It's like, damn, I'm the 22 cent dad. It's crazy, we had to have a sex talk with him. You know, we had a birds and bees talk, he's a teenager. And my wife got mad because I was honest with him. Because he started asking questions, first thing he asked, he's like, based off of what you're telling me, how did I get here? How was I created? I kept it real with him. I was like, shit, probably doggy style. You seen your mom's ass? Too far? My bad. I'll bring it down a little bit. Come on now, fellas. Y'all going, for real. I know y'all thinking like, shit, ain't that how you make babies? Been her over 9 months later, a baby come out, right? Too much? All right, I get it. Well, I'm jealous of him. I am, man. I am. I'm jealous of him because these kids, period, they have things that we didn't have coming up. Like, I grew up with knockoff tennis shoes. These kids grew up with name brand sneakers. In fact, my mother took me to a place where I didn't even know you could buy shoes. She took me to the corner store / gas station. She had me up there like, let me get 10 on pump 2, and let me see those kids, no sirs, in the size 5. Shoes ain't even come in a damn box. It was just tied together by the shoestring on the rack by the cigarettes. One time my mom bought me a pair of knockoff Nikes, they were called Zips. Because instead of the shoes, they had this big ass Z going across them. Hated them shoes. Because they came with real thick soles like this, and they had no shoestrings, they had the Velcro that you had to strap across. So I was the only 9-year-old running around with orthopedic shoes on. Knees and back, strong as hell. Then my mom kept wondering why I got letters home telling me I was hyper in school. I wasn't hyper. I just stayed moving around so other kids wouldn't get a good look at my shoe, zipping everywhere. But I will say this though, fellas, be a father to your kids. It's important, man. Be a father to them. And if you're in a home where the kids aren't yours, be a father to them also, man. Men, we are important, we are. Because I have a son that I did not make, but I do raise him. He is mine. Y'all clap for that shit, really. Yeah. That's right, I do claim him. I tried to claim him on my taxes. My wife was like, so on father don't even claim him. I was like, chill out. Now, me and him didn't have the best relationship, but we figured out how to bond by playing video games. Now, the only problem is this child likes to trash talk. He does something good in the game, he likes to do cheers. He does this one cheer, y'all probably heard it. He goes, U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly. What, you ugly. Now see, I'm petty. You're not gonna out trash talk me in the house, no. So if I do something good in the game, I do a cheer too. I say, I'll make her scream, I'll make her shout. That's what I be in and out your mama. What, your mama. Thank you.
Hey, keep it going for Silas, everybody. And for your next competitor, the one and only Laura Cord.
Hello. How we doing? All right. So like you said, my name is Laura, but typically people stop paying attention about halfway through it, so most of the time I'm Lauren. I'm also known by strangers as that chick over there with the most aggressive resting bitch face they've ever seen. I know, like, every woman with a face claims that they have RBF, but like, I have resting bitch face so bad that it's spreading to the rest of my body. Because lately, I've been waking up in the mornings with my arms crossed. So that means that in my most restful and relaxed portion of my life, I now look like I'm waiting to speak to the manager. But I don't really like to let people figure out that they correctly assume that I'm a bitch based on my face. So that means that I have to get a little creative in the ways that I get my revenge so that I can maintain my innocence. Like, for example, as a server, whenever someone is being a complete bitch to me and they have fake nails, which 110% of the time they do, bitches come with claws. So the way that I will get my revenge is when I hand their card back to them, I make sure that I place it directly in the middle and flush to the table. And then I get watch them just try to pick it up. And it brings me such joy. Okay, so I've been going to the gym consistently for a very long time now, you know, like they say to do. 0 results. I have not lost any weight. I have not turned this F-150 into a dump truck. But what has happened is now I'm so okay with having camel toe. And I think that makes it worth it. Because just about everybody in this room just peeked at my crotch. I don't even care if I have more than 10 toes right now. And I don't even waste my time picking the wedgie anymore. I just turn it into a fun little game. Like, whenever I can feel myself fully sliced, I will stare deeply into the eyes of anyone passing me by and watch them squirm while they try not to make eye contact with it. And if they look, I win. And I go to Planet Fitness, so I never lose. And also, I'd like to give a huge shout out to the designer of women's gym clothes for helping men find the clip. So lately, I've been trying to wrap my mind around anal. Still not gonna wrap my ass around it. But I have been trying to understand the need. I mean, I just told you I'm in the gym like every day trying to build a booty. The goal is to grow an ass so fat that anal is impossible. But I have been trying to understand the need. Because, like, if you were born with a biologically female butthole, there's no point. And to all the girls out there who claim to enjoy anal sex, like, how'd your favorite football team do? Like, we don't have to pretend to like these things, and you're kind of ruining it for the rest of us. So I'm trying to figure out, like, why is it like life or death for these straight men to get to dip their dick into last night's dinner? But I think I have it figured out. Because on a daily basis, men are turds. Figuratively. And anal is just role-playing as a turd. So it's like your final evolution, you know? It's like leveling up a Pokemon. You can never become War Turtle unless your Squirtle gets some shit-stain experience points. I get it. And I can feel that I'm losing the respect of the men in the room, so before I get out of here, I'd just like to clarify that I'm not a prude, but I'm not gonna let just anybody get out my butt around the corner, so if somebody puts a ring on it, I'll put a ring on it. Thanks, guys.
Encore, everybody! Keep it going for her.
And keep it going for your next competitor, Tony Watson.
Yes, pinky bump with the. I was so sick. Fuck yes, everybody. There's 2 microphones up here. This one doesn't work. It's like being in a threesome and the second guy has erectile dysfunction. That's what this is like. It's pretty sad. No. It's good to be here. I haven't done stand-up in a little while. I hurt my back a little while ago. I didn't do anything athletic. I just ate an Arby's sandwich too fast. That's pretty much all I have. Like, too enthusiastically, you know. Just didn't know you could get a hernia that way. No. We're trying to lose weight. Doing a lot of different things. I ran 10 miles last night. That was pretty sweet. You don't have to clap. It's fine. Whatever. I didn't mean to. That lady had crazy stamina. It's the longest alleyway I've ever been down. But Mama didn't raise no quitter. So. No. This is great. I've been doing a lot of things on the treadmill to like pass the time, you know, add some motivation to my workout. I've been when I run, I've been listening to ice cream truck music. And I turned the volume down so it sounds further away. Get a real sweat on. I try to watch like movies, you know? A lot of people, they watch like the Marvel movies in cinematic order. I try to do that, you know? I started with Spider-Man, Ant-Man. I had to stop when I got to Human Centipede. I don't know what's that. It must be a DC movie or something. That was pretty dark. This guy's a villain. No, I did recently lose like 30 pounds, though. It was, yes. Thank you for clapping for that. I'm so close to sucking my own dick now that I can taste it. That's where I'm at. Yeah, like 10 more pounds, I'll be able to throat goat this fucking thing. I'm a swallower though, so I'd probably just gain all that weight right back, everybody. These are just jokes. The only thing I've blown recently is a stop sign. Or not a stop sign, it was a crossing guard. That's what it was about. Yeah. I was face fucked by a city worker, that's what happened. It was a blurry day. The only thing I remember is that those kids were horrified. Speaking of street signs, there's a street sign I see a lot that I have a problem with. The sign that says deaf child at play. Who are these for, you know? How am I supposed to know which ones are deaf? And like, why does that make a difference, you know? I'm not leaning out the window of my car like, ah! Oh, he's deaf. All right, let's go around little Jimmy. Billy can hear though, so floor it, I guess? I don't know. I'm just trying to do what the sign says, honey. I don't know. Just put up an invisible fence or something. Keep them out of the road. And then it's nobody's problem, you know what I mean? Like, that one particularly bugs me because I was always taught to look both ways before I cross the street, you know? I don't know what kind of fucking Hulk Hogan bullshit these kids are doing. You do it both ways. Just gonna, yeah, I don't know. Speaking of kids, my wife, I have a wife, believe it or not. I don't have the ring on, but she's not here, so shh. I don't bring her to these things. She's at home in her cage right now. That's good. Thanks. Now she really wants a baby. It's like all she talks about. And yeah, I'm kind of undecided, but her birthday's coming up, so I mean I can't wait to surprise her with the one that I already have. It's gonna be sick. I'm gonna wrap it up for her and everything. It might come out of a cake, I don't really know. Cause you gotta keep all the babies now, cause abortion's fucking. That's just the sound it makes. Don't worry, it's still around in some places. You can, in Texas, you can still kill a baby, but only if they come on your property. I don't know the rule with that. Sweet. Sorry, I didn't mean to get too political. I hate when people give me their political opinions, you know? They come up to me, they're like, I'm a libertarian. I'm like, okay, well, I'm a fucking Hufflepuff. What do you want me to do with that information? All right, that's my time, everybody. Keep it going for your host.
Tony Watson, everybody. Keep it going for Tony. Good show so far, right? How we doing? We having fun? All right. Keep it going for your next comic, the one and only Christian HB.
Hello, hi, hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing, lady? What's up? I like you. You look like you've seen some shit. I don't know what that means, but I get it. I feel like you could whoop my ass too. And I kind of like it a little bit, but that's not the point. What I'm trying to say. Do you have kids? Are you like protective of them? Are you like really protective of them? No, that's good. See, I came from the opposite home. Like, my mom was like a very anxious parent, and I was like really hyper. So I grew up as a leash kid. This is like what that looks like as a person. And we grow up, yeah, we do grow up to become real people. It's fucking crazy. I'm like right here right now. I'm like, I can go, you know. And this is the thing though. My mom was like a very like lazy parent, but my mom was very anxious, but she was also very lazy. So I wasn't like your typical leash kid where you like walk around like you're a golden retriever. My mom would just tie me up to random objects and leave me there. It definitely is like fucked me up developmentally too, because like I think if I was ever to do like bondage or rope play with a girl or something, like all I would think about is my mom trying on bras for 5 hours at JCPenney's. The other thing my mom did, I was in a booster seat until I was 15 years old. Guys, there was no point in me being in the booster seat. I could reach the ground while I was in the booster seat. The worst part about it though was my mom would let my friends she would give my friends rides and she would let them sit shotgun. So they would just be up front like, I'm your new dad now, Christian, fuck you. Like, that shit was so fucked up. And eventually they started calling me nicknames. Like my last name is Bauer, so they just started calling me Booster Seat Bauer. And then eventually it just turned into like being like Beyonce, just Booster Seat. No first name, no last name, Booster Seat. Like, it fucked me up because like, I didn't get my first kiss until my senior year because of that nickname. Because of how much of a little bitch I looked. And the only reason I got my first kiss was because my friend paid his girlfriend to do it. Yeah, I know, that's the story of my first kiss. And what I realized years later was my first time with a prostitute. My dad was the total opposite. He's from the Dominican Republic, you know, so your typical Latino pervert. Sorry, that was a little redundant. My father was Latino. And I am talking about him in the past tense. My dad died recently, and it's okay. My dad he's an inspiration to me, you know. He lived a good life, because, you know, he truly lived the American dream for an immigrant. Like, he went to college, he got a white wife. Bro, people will go to war for you where he's from, I swear to God. If you're white, go to a different country, it just exists, like, it's the best. My dad also, he traded in his mule for like a gas guzzling pickup truck, you know, so he really lived the American dream. But he also lived the Dominican dream by having a second family that I didn't find out about until I was at the funeral. Bro, man, the funeral was tough for me too, man. Not because like I just had to deal with the whole reality of seeing a variation of me. Like, hold up, wait a minute, you look way too related to me, motherfucker. But it wasn't because of that, it's because my dad's funeral was 9 hours long. 9 hours, what? Sober! Y'all can't even do this shit sober. Like, what the fuck, 9 hours funeral? Mike, put it this way, my dad's funeral long that we had to have a scheduled lunch break in the middle of that shit. And the worst part about it is my Dominican family's assholes. They look at me, they're like, hey Christian, you're a fat American. Let's go get some hamburgers, that'll make you feel better. And that shit pissed me the fuck off because they were absolutely right, okay? A fucking Baconator, I don't need Vicodin, just give me Baconators into my arms. It was amazing, man. Not my dad's funeral, but the Baconator was great. I'm gonna leave in a second. I hooked up with this girl one time, and just one time, and she told me, she's like, hey, I just need you to know this about me, Christian. I'm a very kinky person. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, what are you into? Like choking, spitting, me pretending to be your stepdad? She's like, no, that's all vanilla to me. I was like, okay, so what are you into? She's like, well, I can only come if a guy growls at me like a dog the whole time. And I was like, listen, I know I'm a leash kid, but I'm not that kind of leash kid. So if you want to go to a JCPenney's dressing room, I'll show you what's up. All right, you guys have any questions? All right, I'm a Christian HB, vote for me.
Christian HB, everybody, keep it going for him. And for your next competitor, Nick Hickman.
Hey, thank you. Give it up for Dan one more time, too, for hosting this fucking thing for us. And Christian HB as well. I'm sure he's kissing a bunch of women now, that boy. Yeah, he's a hunk now. That's what that HB stands for. It stands for hunky boy now. Yeah, baby. How we doing? Would you guys kiss Christian?
Yes.
Yes? There we go. His zipper was down. Ooh, wee, too horny for the contest. All right, I'm going over this way now. How we doing, folks? I'll be honest, I recently started smoking weed again. That's what I like to hear, yeah, baby. I'll be honest, it's been a really long time since I smoked. Just to give you an idea, it's been so long that my old dealer's now a realtor. That's crazy, right? I didn't know they grow up, right? Because back in the day, I just knew him as G. Now he's Gary, right? I didn't know it either until I tried to call him the other day to get some weed. And when he told me that he sold houses, I just thought he was speaking in code. I was like, yeah, whatever, dude. How many bedrooms can I get for $40? I stopped smoking weed for a while just because I stopped smoking weed right around the time that dabs became popular. You guys know what dabs are? All right, some nods. All right. For those of y'all that don't know, just picture like a big bag of weed. And then you condense that down into like a brown little booger. And that's what a dab is. And you can't smoke it the way you smoke normal weed. You can't have like a lighter or anything. You have to get a blowtorch and a glass pipe. It's like, dude, that's crack at that point. You need a power tool to get high. It's like, take a break. You shouldn't be alone in your living room with the welder's mask on. Like, okay, time to feel something. Yeah, dude, dabs really do fry your brain though. I used to have a roommate that would smoke dabs all the time, and that guy he's the dumbest person I've ever met, honestly. Like one time we were hanging out, we were talking and he was hitting dabs, and in the middle, we're talking, there's a dip in the conversation, a silence, and then he looks at me and with like full sincerity, he goes, dude, isn't it crazy we just think women are like big sacks of meat? And I was like, we? Who's we? That's not you and me, that's you and Ted Bundy, that's we. Also, you think women are sacks of meat? Is that why there's a hole in the bag of bologna right now? Was that you? I ate that, brother. It was salty. That's my bad, though. I should have known there's no such thing as glazed bologna. That's on me, but. Sick, you guys are fun. Clap if you smoke weed. Oh, wow. Nice, all right. For those of y'all that don't, I'm gonna do a sales pitch for it right now. Like personally, me, when I smoke weed, my favorite thing to do is just hang out in the apartment, smoke a little bit, and then turn on YouTube and just see how deep I can go. Right? Yeah, dude, it makes boring shit so much more fun. Like lately, I've just been watching history videos. Scholar, I bet you didn't know that. Fucking smart up here. No, but I've been watching history videos. The other day, I was watching this video on this guy named Vlad the Impaler. No, oh, you're nodding. All right. For those of you that don't, you a Vlad head? No? You just know him? All right. Yeah. For those of you that don't know, that's Dracula. That's like the guy that Dracula is based off of. But he's like way worse than Dracula, right? He wasn't going around like kissing people's necks. He was getting naughty. Like he was this dictator in the 1400s, and he would kill his enemies by making like these big pointy sticks, right? And then he like put them on there by their buttholes and just like let them like slide down. Which, yeah, hung by the bung is a terrible way to go. But like I said, I was watching this high, and I just started laughing. Because you know how there's people out there say like the male G-spot is like in the butt? What if for like a second on the way down, like just for a second, one of the guys, he's like, ah! Ooh, oh, Vlad, can I get a thicker stick? I've been Nick Higdon, that's my time. Vote for me. I'm on the ballot. N-I-C-K-H-I-G-D-O-N, that's me.
Nick Higdon, everybody. Keep it going for him. Hey, welcome to the stage, your next competitor, Allison Stapp.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. I am Allison Stapp. Some of you might know me as Nick's realtor. Yeah, I went on a date recently, first time in a while. Within the first 30 seconds, he was just like, okay, so let me just fully understand this. So you are gluten-free, soy-free, and vegan? I was like, no, I just look like this. I don't know what to tell you. No, I saw an old friend recently, one I haven't seen in a long time, childhood friend. You guys might know him too, actually. He's a child star. And I saw him at Goodwill. I saw the toaster from the Brave Little Toaster on sale for $5.99. And let me tell you, that was generous. That was a generous price, because he was looking rough. Frayed wire, smudged surface, debilitating Xanax problem. It was tough. He had a BBL, botched BBL, Brazilian bagel lift. You don't know. Just like the life just completely drained from him. I even stuck a butter knife in him, no spark. Nothing at all. No, did you guys actually know that they're making a live action reboot of The Brave Little Toaster? Do we know that? Isn't that crazy? Same storyline, just updated appliances. They got an air fryer in the mix, very cool. And the air fryer is black, progressive. I mean Black & Decker, but you know, progressive nonetheless. No, they're not making a live action reboot of The Brave Little Toaster. I was just really high watching a Bed Bath & Beyond commercial. Turns out. I've been trying to be healthier lately. Been trying to make healthier decisions. Big thing, I've been trying to use my phone a lot less. And I read, or I saw a TikTok that if you put your phone in black and white, you're less inclined to use it. Totally backfired for me though, on account of everything looking so classy all of a sudden. Feels like I'm like looking at my phone like through my grandmother's perspective. You know, it's like I'm not on Instagram, I'm reading the newspaper. Also, I've been trying to drink more water. It's another healthy habit I've been trying to do. Fun fact though, you can actually die from drinking too much water. Did we know this? That is true. You can overhydrate yourself, and that almost happened to me last week. I almost died from too much water. You know, I drink so much water, the lethal amount, and I was having sex, cool. And during sex, you could hear the water sloshing around in my stomach, and I was so embarrassed I almost killed myself. So, pretty dangerous. Ladies, you can be too wet. It can happen. Just keep that in mind. I've been told my whole life that I have like an innocence about me, like when people first meet me. And you know, that's like not really that big of a deal, but it can be weird when you're trying to date like as an adult woman. You know, it's a big turnoff for a lot of people. Like, I'll just give you an example. Like, I was talking to this guy for a while, and he just super flat out asked me if I was into pegging. And for those of you that don't know, pegging is that little game you play at the Cracker Barrel. We know the one, you know, little triangle with the pegs. So I just answered very honestly, and I was just like, yeah, you know, I peg my entire family every Sunday after church. And I never heard back from him, so bummer for me. Guys, I've been Allison Stack.
Allison Stapp, everybody. Keep it going for her. And please, make a bunch of noise for your next competitor, Terrence the God Show.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? That's not good enough. How y'all doing? All right. I like that, man. Y'all look good. Y'all look really good, man. I'm not good at all. I'm broke, man. Real broke. In fact, when I was driving down here, a gas tank said E. I was just hoping that stood for enough. You know what I mean? Struggling, man. Struggling. It's real out here, man. One of the toughest things about being broke, man, is, you know, you usually got one of these shitty jobs, you know. Is there anybody here that loves their job? God damn, it's rough, man. But I understand that, right? Most of the time, if you have a bad job, they treat you poorly, and they also give you like a low wage, you know? Like my niece, she works. She's a special needs teacher, and she gets paid $11.50 an hour. $11.50 an hour, which is crazy, right? It's a terrible wage. So she called me crying, and I said, you know, what's going on? She was like, man, I just had a terrible day. This kid threw a desk at me. The kid threw a desk at me. And that tells me, you know, two things. That one, this kid isn't just special needs, this kid is special power, you know? It's a terrible joke. But it also tells me that she's not getting paid enough, right? So the reason why she called, she said she was on her lunch break. She said, after I dodged the desk, I was just trying to get my head together, you know? I was trying to blow off some steam. My boss kept calling me, messaging me. She's like, you're 10 minutes late, you're 15 minutes late, you know, are you gonna come back? You're gonna come back. And I thought about that, and I said, you know what, if I was her boss, I would have said, you're getting your ass back here now, because we're both gonna go kick his ass. That's why I'm not a teacher. It's also why I'm nobody's boss, you know what I'm saying? It's terrible, man. When you work these rough jobs, these bad jobs, it's like you're dating somebody, you know, who, you know, it's like, I've been dating Ashley for a while, you know, she's kind of ugly, but at least she cheats on me, you know? It's terrible, man, it's terrible. One of the jobs that does pay pretty well, law enforcement. How y'all feel about law enforcement? Ooh, she said not great, we got a couple of claps there. Well, look, man, law enforcement, I understand, it's a lot of guys and gals just trying to, you know, do what they need to do, man, to pay their bills. They got their mortgages and all of that. I'm in a really odd position. When I was in college, I had two roommates that were cops. They were both black cops. And so it was kind of like, fuck the police, but then it was like, man, somebody got to pay half his rent. You know what I'm saying? I was wishing them happiness and harm at the same time, you know what I mean? But so after hearing my roommates, you know, they would come, they would talk about their days and all of that, and I decided that I was going to do my civic duty. I decided to go do a ride-along with the police, right? So I did like a 4-hour ride-along with law enforcement. And it was interesting, man. I kept hearing cops, and they were talking about, you know, their wives and their mortgages and sports, you know, just regular stuff, man. But one thing I thought was really odd, it kept coming up over and over again. I kept hearing the cops talk about how they were all uncircumcised. You know what I mean? Yeah, so it's a really weird thing. They kept talking about they were uncircumcised. You guys want to know why most law enforcement officers are uncircumcised? It's because those dicks like wearing hoods. Yeah. But at the end of the day, like, you know, I realized that, you know, most law enforcement, cops, you know, it's mostly like, law enforcement is all like doing laundry, you know? It's a lot like bleach, you know? Because it works really well with the whites. But it'll fuck up the colors, man. It just fucks them up every time, man. But so, really quick story. I have a biracial daughter. And the mother told me, you know, just like, you know, my father is a little bit racist. And so when I heard that, I got a little worried, and I was like, I'm not worried, you know. Again, I'm not afraid of a 4'3" racist, you know what I'm saying? But then she clarified and said that he was a little bit racist because he tried out for the Klan, but he didn't make it. And I didn't know what that meant, you know. I didn't know if I was like, did he have to run an obstacle course where he's like lowercase t's, you know what I mean? I didn't know if he had to run like a 40-yard dash with a white sheet on, you know what I mean? I didn't know what he tried out for the Klan and didn't make it meant. But so anyway, you know, when I decided to go visit him, I wanted to do the right thing, I wanted to go meet the family. So we go up to Cleveland. When we get to Cleveland, we're having dinner. He's talking about just regular stuff, sports teams, and how he's uncircumcised, and you know, all of that regular stuff. And what I found out is he got really, I said, I'm here because I got your daughter pregnant. He said, man, I hate these gingers. I don't want these gingers in my family. I don't want this.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your host, Mr. Dan Seabreeze.
What an offensive to me line to end on. How about that, everybody? All right, we got one more amateur competitor. Are you guys ready? Give it up for Lena
All right. Oh God. All right. There we go. All right. Well, my name's Lena Beamish. Usually I like to start and get this out of the way first. I've never driven a school bus. Magic or otherwise, it's never happened. My bad. I like to wear a lot of bright colors, obviously, you guys can see that. And I learned that the fashionable kids on like Instagram and TikTok, they refer to wearing bright colors as dopamine dressing. Apparently, like wearing bright colors, it's supposed to like boost your dopamine levels and like elevate your mood overall. So it just has me wondering, what the fuck would I feel like if I stopped dressing this way? Like you're telling me I can feel worse? I don't like that at all. I get a lot of comments on the way I dress. I don't know. I feel like the way I dress, I don't know whether I look more like I'm 8 or 80. Like, is she crying because she lost her balloons or her husband of 47 years? The answer is neither. They are tears of joy because this dress has pockets. Applause break for pockets. Bitches love pockets. We love them. We love them. You know, Christmas is a few months away, but if you've got a special lady in your life and you don't know what to get her, you can get that bitch a pocket. It doesn't matter what it's attached to. We are just happy to have the pocket. Let's see, fun fact about me, I hate nice weather. Yeah. To me, nice weather is just the universe's way of telling me, hey buddy, friendly reminder, your depression isn't seasonal. It's okay. I also hate shitty weather, because shitty weather is just the universe's way of telling me, hey buddy, friendly reminder, you also have seasonal depression. It's worse. It's worse than you forget. I don't know if you guys are like me. Whenever the weather does get real bad and I get extra depressed, I do a lot of sleeping. I'm a big nap enthusiast. You guys like taking naps? That's too much energy for that. I love sleep because it's like being dead, but your friends don't get sad about it. Let's see, I started dating a guy this year, so that 3 of you believe me. All right. Thank you for believing me. It's all right, he dumped me like 2 weeks ago, so you're right to be suspicious, it's fine. It's okay, I think it was for the best, because I hadn't dated anyone in like 5 years when I started dating this guy, and I ran into a problem that I didn't know you could have, and that's in not dating someone for 5 years, I learned that my fuck muscles atrophied. Is that a problem you knew you could have? Because I didn't. Which muscles are the fuck muscles? You won't know until they stop working, which is the worst time to find out that they've stopped working. Let's see, I'm autistic. I found out later in life, you can, applause for autism. No, I found out later in life that I'm autistic, like I'm 35 and I found out when I was 32. It's weird learning that later in life and like realizing things about yourself that are related to the autism. Like one of the things is sensory issues. I have a lot of sensory issues. I don't know if this is a sensory issue so much as it's just a having to wear a bra issue. So maybe you ladies can back me up on this, but like an unsupportive bra, worst feeling in the whole world, right? It's like yes, thank you. It's the worst thing. Like an unsupportive bra holds my titties the way a man holds your purse when you hand it to him so you can go to the restroom. I don't know what to, like I need the bra that holds my titties the way I hold the bag of Taco Bell in the passenger seat when I slam on the brakes. So, we're holding them. No lettuce lost in those tacos. Okay. All right. That's going to be my time. I'm Lena Beamish. Thank you.
Lena Beamish, everybody. Keep it going for her. And thus ends the amateur portion of the show. Remember, at the end of the show, you're going to be voting for 3 amateurs in the amateur division. All right, are you guys ready for semi-pro? All right, make a bunch of noise for your first semi-pro competitor, Wyatt.
Yo, Bananas, what's up? How we doing out there? Make some noise. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. I was worried about this place for a minute. There was like 4 of y'all in here. I felt like I was gonna be going up after school detention, writing up on the board or some shit. I will not shoot spitballs at Miss Frizz anymore. That's what it felt like. My name's Wyatt Lutz. I know I look all slick up here like business in the front, but I'll sell you a boat in the back. This hair has some looks to it. I lived an interesting childhood growing up. My dad started taking me to a whorehouse when I was 6 years old, or that's what he'd call it when he dropped me off at my mom's. Yeah, you can laugh. She ain't here. I ain't taking this home. I love my dad. My dad always had a mullet growing up. That's kind of why I deferred to the mullet, you know. My dad's the most redneck son of a bitch I've ever met. My dad, I remember, blew his knee out at 4:30 in the morning in the front yard, butt naked, trying to stomp a possum. I ain't making this up. 4:30 in the morning, blows his knee out, naked in the front yard, trying to stomp a possum. And now that possum's a motivational speaker all around the country, you know, at different wildlife facilities. Maybe you've heard of his work he started in an organization. PAM, Possums Against Mullets. I know what you're thinking, Wyatt, possum starts with an O. Well, I ain't never met a good spelling possum, you know. You get your head kicked by my dad in some Crocs and see how good you spell after that. There's some weird shit going on out in the world. Maui's on fire. Greece is on fire. I don't know how they're going to put that one out. Everybody knows you can't put a grease fire out with water, you know. Crazy shit. I read the other day Chick-fil-A appointed, I believe, a gay black man to support their inclusion in the woke community out there. That's, you know, some surprising news. It says, so it sounds like Kid Rock's going to be making their waffle fries from now on with his AR-15. Okay, not Bud Light drinkers in here. Okay, I see it. I'm 29. I'm single. I love cooking meth. No, I just kind of look like it. Being single, I've noticed a lot about myself. I've taken a liking to older women, and I think it's because my dad raised me all my life to be like a deer hunter and stuff. I was hunting deer all my life. Now, the last couple years, I haven't hunted much deer, but I've hunted a couple cougars to take home with me, you know? Hell yeah. I mean, you know, I just kind of feel like a little cougar cub nuzzled up next to him, you know, when we get done. Like I'm safe and protected, and if I do good enough, you know, she might lick my tears. It's always cool. I was laying with one a couple weeks ago, and I was rubbing on her, and I ended up peeling off a medicine patch. Like, they didn't teach me that in health class. You know, I didn't know what to do. I slapped it on my ass cheek. It messed me up. She didn't wake up the next day. It was really awful. Please laugh. She's definitely not here. It's okay. I've learned there's a group of women out there interested in me that, well, I want absolutely nothing to do with, too. Because these women all share the same red flags. And unfortunately, they're the Confederate ones. Like, I can't be around that. That's guilty by association. I can't be within 500 foot of that just like this mustache in a school, you know? It just don't work. I'm a sweetheart, though. I thought I'd take a country girl out on a date a few weeks back, and real nice fine dinner, local McDonald's there. We're sitting there, she finishes her last McNugget, and this girl pulls out a can of chewing tobacco out of her back pocket and put in the fattest pinch of dip I've ever seen. I'm floored. I'm like, are you really doing this in front of me? She was calm as ever and just said, listen here, mullet man. You're going to learn it takes wintergreen to make this girl cream. Yeah, I was there. I got my McFlurry and I got the fuck out of there. All right. All right, I'm McLion. I went to her house, but, you know, if I didn't, I wouldn't have a cool story to tell. I need to click pause real quick. I need to add detail. I shouldn't have to tell you this. You could tell from the moment I walked up on this stage. I like eating pussy with hair on it. I like the way it tickles my nose. You know, that's not this story. You know what's not like keeps your teeth clean? Anyways, unpause. Click. We go back to her house, and I start to go down on her because I'm a gentleman. And I pull her pants off. She has her bush shaved into a mustache, all right? I'm telling you, I was so stoned, I thought I dropped mine for a second. Like, I'm like wrapping my face and shit. She see me, she's like, what is it now, mullet man? Well, I didn't really plan on tongue punching Steve Harvey tonight, you know, I'll tell you that much. I mean, I swear her coochie looked like a Tesla emblem, you know, it was crazy. Call me Elon, I plugged the son of a bitch in, but I thought we were gonna get Velcro together or something. I was laying there next to Beeve Harvey, and right after we got done, her dad walked in the door, and we were still naked. I ain't never seen my uncle that mad. It was crazy. Guys, I've been Wyatt Lutz. Enjoy the rest of your show. Thank you so much.
Wyatt Lutz, everybody. Keep it going for him. And for your next semi-pro, Luke Fagenbush.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Luke. I used to have a construction job. I know, right? Yeah, weirdly didn't work out. I didn't like that job. My mom, though, especially hated it because I spent all day with this really rough crowd, like construction workers. And then I'd come home and my language would just be Spanish. Spanish. She's like, no, one language at the table, Luke. And I'm like, lo siento, mama. I'll leave a day, pero no esta regla una poquito xenophoba. I mean, I'm sorry. Yeah, I grew up with a rough family. It was a pretty rough upbringing. Like, my dad would beat me at Yahtzee. And he got really into it, ruined family game night for a lot of us. And then my mom abused drugs, verbally. She was just really mean to drugs. And then when I was younger, I had this older cousin who touched me. Anyways, pretty good time tonight. We're all having fun. It's awesome. I used to work in a Walmart as well. Notice I said in a Walmart, not for Walmart. I was a sales guy in Walmart. I would stop you in the middle of the aisle and ask about your electrical bill. Hold your applause. If you don't know, a huge part of sales is eye contact. Unfortunately, Walmart has the highest rate of cross-eyed people in the world, just nowhere else. You've got like a 50-50 shot. You gotta hit that talking eye first time out. It's gonna be bad. Walmart was a pretty interesting place though. One time I was standing just like in my spot, and this lady rolled by on one of those rascal scooters. And the battery died on her, like right in front of the snack aisle. Just blocked the whole aisle. And in Walmart, they call that a code 6. It happened enough that it got its own code. And it's pretty high up there. It beat out fire and missing kid. Code 7 is an active shooter. That's fun. You guys seem like a pretty cool crowd. Any of you guys get one of these friends with benefits all the kids are talking about these days? No? Anybody? Bunch of nerds here? No. Yeah, I'm the only cool one. I've had a friends with benefits. First of all, I want to preface that by saying I am a great friends with benefits. I'm an excellent house guest. I eat ass. And I don't catch feelings. maybe chlamydia once or twice, but yeah. But I don't think they should call it a friend with benefits. Like, you may think you have a friend with benefits. You've got a friend with consequences. That's what you have. Like, I was hooking up with this girl who lived close to my work, so definitely that's a benefit. That's a lot of fun. I was late to work every day. That's a consequence. And then I was hanging out with this one girl, and then she just wouldn't leave me alone. She kept texting and calling after she moved in and we got married, just would not stop. Yeah, I may have exaggerated the didn't catch feelings part, but now we're friends with tax benefits, so that's fun. Yeah. I got my first tattoo recently. Yeah, thanks. Sure. I'd never been stabbed before. Getting stabbed 1,000 times kind of seemed like a weird way to get my damn feet wet, but you guys want to see it? Yeah. Probably shouldn't have worn a cardigan at 90-degree heat when I knew I was doing this joke. Bam! Right there. Right there. 360. It's a badass moth tattoo. I got a tattoo of a moth because I paid $100 at a Friday the 13th flash sale. And it was one of 7 tattoos. And now every time I walk in the room where people are like, hey, what's up? It's the Mothman. Yeah, you just love moths, huh? What are you like, munching on sweaters and hanging around porch lights? Yeah, you love... So now I have to get like more tattoos and make it seem like I don't like moths as much. And I was thinking about like what I could get and like, I don't know, maybe a net. All right, that's my time. Thanks, guys. I've been Luke.
Luke Fagenbush, everybody. Keep it going for him. And make some noise for your next competitor, Wonder Doug.
What's going on, Cincinnati? How you guys doing? I have really bad anxiety, but somebody before the show said, don't worry, you have nothing to be anxious about. So my mental health is cured now. A lot of people look at me and they're like, ugh, why? Why are you gay? What would turn a sweet little boy into a life of sadness and cocksuckery? Cincinnati, I got the answer for you. 80s cartoons. 80s cartoons made me gay. You got He-Man with that faggy-ass haircut, running around with dudes named Ram-Man and Fisto. You got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 4 teenage dudes partying inside of a manhole, calling some old hairy dude master. Next you got fucking DuckTales. DuckTales was 3 little boys living with a rich uncle who wouldn't even buy them pants. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe, you had Shipwreck, you had Gung Ho, you had Spirit. G.I. Joe was a black cop short of being the Village People. Jim and the Holograms. Jim and the Holograms was like, made me afraid that my friends could be undercover drag queens that could burst out in a song at any moment and I wouldn't know the words. Lastly, you have Strawberry Shortcake. You lied to me about what girls smell like. I do say I kind of go for guys that are 5% gay, 10% gay, and that's not me being self-destructive, it's that public schools don't teach you math right. I was chasing after a stray guy that I thought I could catch because he had a prosthetic leg. That one got away too, you guys. And it's like, I don't want to turn them gay. I just want to be like that poor little white boy in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. I want to get a golden ticket and take a one-time tour of that fudge factory. Ew, I got a new on that one. I love uniforms though, like firemen, UPS, not cops, mailmen. I'd probably even fuck a guy from Chick-fil-A. I'm not gonna let some public relations nightmare tell me what cock I can put in my mouth. It's a chicken joke. I came out in 1994 and I'm old and they were like, don't tell your grandma, it'll kill her. And that's not what got her, y'all, it was breast cancer. But when I told her, She was like, oh, I know, your grandpa was one too. I do tend to like bears. Bears are like chubby, hairy dudes. Like, I got it so bad for bears that I'd probably make out with Larry the Cable Guy just to get him to stop telling jokes, you know what I'm saying? There's some Larry the Cable Guy fans here. That's okay. That's okay. Did y'all know that Panda Express is not a quickie with the chubby Asian? Because I did not. I'm what's considered an otter because I got the hair, but I don't have the beef, you know what I'm saying? I think I should be considered a squirrel because, like, I'm always after the nut and people think I have rabies. I've always been attracted to bears, though. When I was younger, I used to put my cassette tapes inside of Teddy Ruxpin and practice making out. Had an awkward experience at Build-A-Bear the other day. Little girl behind the counter asked me how I wanted my bear built, and I said straight and stable on the outside, and the inside filled with alcoholism and regret. Page. It's a new chapter for us, Cincinnati. We're good. So for 8 years, I worked at a fucking porn store, and sometimes people would say the wrong words when they come into the porn store. One time, this guy said he came in and he wanted something for his girl's click. Her click. And I'm like, ooh. And I wanted to correct him, but then he kept saying click. And I'm like, wait, you want something for her whole crew or just her close friends? You know what I'm saying? Like, ugh. Vibrating panties are a thing. What a great way to spice up date night. Unless you get a gay server who figures out what the fuck you're doing. He pukes all over you, all over your dress, all over your creme brulee. Date night is over. Ugh. Our most popular toy is a Wii Vibe toy. It's a toy that has an app for your cell phone that lets you control it. So I can be in Japan and tickle your clit. Look how far technology's coming. It's amazing stuff. I did work part-time at Kroger, and I was worried that I was real nervous that I would get afraid, like, I forget what job I was at, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody would ask for Colgate, I'm like, that's on sale with the Kroger card, and if you brush the back of your throat, it'll help you deep throat. That's really great produce. It's got a nice curve, it's gonna hit your G-spot, but it doesn't have a stopper, so please don't use it anally. Real quick lesson. Things that have stoppers, you can use anally. If I was to take this microphone off, I could put it in my butt because it has a stopper right there. Hot dogs, do not put hot dogs in your butt. If you learn anything tonight, is that do not put hot dogs in your butt. They do not have a stopper, and your butt will keep them. One time I was taking an Uber ride to work at the porn store, and the guy said, that must be pretty cool. Horny bitches come to you all the time, and you can give them the real thing. Now, I could have said anything. I could have like, hey, respect women. That's not how it works. Instead, I said, it's not the real thing. I'm a robot. And then I said, system shutting down, and I didn't say shit for the rest of the ride. 1 star for you, buddy. I will say I sold dildos for 8 years, which means I probably have satisfied more vagina than every man you've seen on stage tonight. Thank you, Cincinnati. Have a great night.
Hey, keep it going for Wonder Dog. And your next competitor, Ian Squints.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm so glad that I brought my friends and family out here just to see how sad this really is. Oh shit, no, I'm happy though. Does anybody here got a boss that's dumber than they are? Hell yeah, dude. One woo, the rest of you guys know your place. Good. Dude, my boss is dumber than me, and like, one time he came up to me and he was like, hey, wouldn't it be crazy if one year Friday the 13th and 9/11 fell on the same day? Yeah, that would be crazy. How do you fuck that one up, you know what I mean? Like, you pick the 2 holidays with the date in the name. 13 and 11. Like, there's plenty of other holidays you could have picked, like Easter 420. That's a great holiday and a great answer. You know, you go around, you hide your weed, smoke some eggs, it's a good time, dude. Yeah, the people I work with are weird too. Like one time I was sitting at a table with a couple of my coworkers during lunch, and one of them turns to me and they go, hey Ian, would you suck a dick for $1 million? which was kind of weird because he was scratching a lottery ticket when he asked me that. You know, it makes my work environment a little bit weird, you know, as he passed me in the hallways licking his lips like, hey, Ian, play my numbers later. And I hope he wins, I do, because I'm so tired of being poor, dude. I am so tired. Sure, heterosexual dick sucking is a bit embarrassing, but so is being poor. And plus, my dad always told me that closed mouths don't get fed, so I'm pretty sure that's what he meant. My Christian conservative dad. Does anybody, quick question, does anybody here have $1 million? Let's be clear, I'll take substantially less. I'll take substantially less. In fact, what do you got on you? What do you, let's pool together for this virgin mouth. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like if you have $1 million, I think blowjobs just kind of come with that. You know what I mean? Like if I was sitting at the bar and somebody like slid up to me and they're like, hey, I have $1 million, I'd be like, sex work is real work. Take me to your car. Then he takes me to a fucking Saturn and I'm like, oh God, dude. Well, closed mouths don't get fed, boys. Here we go. For a lot of my life, I slept on an air mattress. And I'm trying to date again, and it's kind of discouraging because I've had more sex on that air mattress than I've had at any other point in my life. Can we talk about how nice those women are for doing that? Can we all agree it's a very nice thing to do? It is charity. A bunch of Mother Teresa's out there, you know what I mean? Because, like, I'm a grown man sleeping on a thick balloon. Can you, like, imagine you go out with the guy, and then he leaves his window open, and you go back to his place, and then his bed's just blowing around the room like a fucking tumbleweed. Dude, two people can barely sit on an air mattress alone, like, let alone fuck. Like, if you sit on one end of the air mattress and you plop down too hard on the other end, you're gonna send that person into the ceiling fan. And that's a bad date, dude. They're especially not gonna call you back after that, you know? One time I was having sex on my air mattress with this hero. And it deflated on us about halfway through. And that's embarrassing, dude. That's so embarrassing. Because she's just like standing in the middle of my room, like with her arms crossed, you know, just thinking about her whole entire life. And you're just shaking your head way too hard at that. You're like, yep, been there. You ever had sex on an air mattress?
No.
Well, a round of Fiji water for this table then, I guess. Round of Fijis. But I was having sex with this hero on my air mattress. And, you know, she was standing there with her arms crossed, thinking about her whole entire life and how it got to this point. And I'm just like butt naked on the ground, just going, is this good for you? What are you, crazy? Shut that window. If you guys like my material, I will be selling merch in that little back alleyway over there. It's $10 a gram. It's pretty good. Just, just don't be going around telling people I sell merch, you fucking narcs. Thanks, guys. I'm Ian Squints.
Ian Squints, everybody. Keep it going for him. And make a bunch of noise for your next competitor, Ty Erskine.
What's up, Caucasians? How you guys doing? You guys doing all right? You guys doing all right? I'm so happy to be here, man, because they got air up in here. I ain't got air at home, so I'm gonna stay here for as long as I can. I am. You guys are giving me like job fair vibes today. That's how quiet you guys are. I appreciate it. I love doing comedy. I see some beautiful white women in here today. Okay. I like doing shows in front of white women, man. Y'all like to pay your niggas bills. I like that. I got an electric bill sky high waiting for you to swipe your credit card right now. No? Okay. You sat right up as soon as I said pay bills. You was like, who, me? I like this vegetable tray y'all got. Y'all came to a comedy club and ordered vegetables. Y'all, you know they got chicken tenders, right? Okay. All good? All right, cool. Y'all gonna be on the toilet later? It's gonna be crazy. Nah, man, I like being here. Times is hard, man. That's why I don't care about asking people if they can pay my bills or not, you know, because, especially for me, because I'm a Harvard law grad recently. I am. But financially, I'm a DeVry grad, so, you know. 32, no kids, bad credit, so you gotta approach me accordingly. In my 30s now, I decided to, you know, start doing some grown and sexy stuff, so I started wearing boxer briefs. Love wearing boxer briefs, man, but they also give me wedgies in the front. I'll be trying to play it off like I'm looking for change, like, man, where's my change at, dog? No, I left my change somewhere, dog. Dude, man, my favorite brand to wear is Fruit of the Looms. That's my favorite brand to wear. Yeah, but if they keep rising, it's gonna be Fruity the Booty in a minute. Do you guys listen to music? You guys listen to R&B? Okay, 5 white people. All right, cool. I picked the right crowd. All right, cool. Yeah, I listen to music, man. It's my favorite thing to do. I listen to music all day, every day. But for me, like, I like the lyrics. That's what gets me the most, the lyrics. If you got some good lyrics, I'm gonna listen to your song, man. But like, lyrics are different from when they were back in the day, man. It's like lyrics back in the day, they spoke with so much power, you know? They led revolutions and whatnot, you know? They spoke to your emotions. Like, most of us was procreated through these songs based off the emotion, you know? Spoke to our soul. Lyrics like, I'm under your spell, and I don't want to break free. You can make a slave out of me. I worship you, and no one else. I pledge my love to you forever. Someone loves you. I do. Powerful lyrics, right? But lyrics today are more logistical, you know, like, I'm out of town, thugging with my rounds. My coochie pink, my booty hole brown. Where the niggas? I'm looking for the hoes. Quit playing, nigga, come suck a bitch toes. I've never felt more understood in my life. I just never felt more understood in my life. I had no idea women felt that way. I love equality. I love equality, man. Pound Town, man. I will take you to Pound Town if you're gonna ask me like that. I do. My favorite part of Pound Town is back shots. Some people call it doggy style. Most of you look like you call it German Shepherd style. I don't know. Love it, man. But here's my thing. Don't ask me for back shots if your butt crack gonna be ashy. Don't do it. Don't do that. So nasty. Yeah, let's talk about it. Women like to talk about how men don't communicate. Let's talk about how y'all don't moisturize the crack in y'all's ass. Let's talk about it. Okay, so y'all do moisturize. All right, cool. I got the wrong crowd. All right, cool. You guys look like you go to Pound Town a lot, especially you, man. You in the cut with the shades on, man. Look like Home Alone and Grew Up, man. What's your name? Bruh? That's your name for real? Oh, he from the hood. He said his name is Bruh. That with a capital H? He wasn't ready for that comeback. He's like, what did I say to that? What's your name? Bro, okay, what's your name? Caleb. That's a dick slayer right there. Caleb right there. All right, Caleb. What do you do for work?
I'm a security supervisor.
Definitely look like a security supervisor. All right, I don't even know what a security supervisor is. What is that?
I watch over a bunch of uninterested idiots on third shift.
On third shift. All right, so you manage the crackheads in the area is what you do. All right, cool. There's a lot of fentanyl heads up in here. All right, cool. This your guy? He came with you?
Yep.
You paid the bill. You know that, right? Yeah, okay, cool. All right. He said, I got enough black friends. I know how this go. I know how this go. All right, what's your name? Laura. Okay, Laura. You look like a teacher. You a teacher? No. Okay. Why you say that so nervously?
Because my parents are.
Oh, okay. I thought because this is your first time talking to a black person today. I didn't know. Okay, cool. I know a lot of you are meeting your black person quota for the first time today. Proud of you guys. You guys are making it through. You guys, champions, man. You guys are like, when is this nigga getting off this stage? You guys been cool, man. I appreciate you. Go ahead and follow me on IG at TYE Comedy. Once again, that's TYE Comedy. Look like there's a bunch of freaks in here, so you can follow me on OnlyFans at Ty Daddy, all right? All right, appreciate it. Give it up for your host, everybody.
Tires, good everybody. Keep it going for him. All right, we have one more competitor. Are you ready? All right, keep it going for Alex Leeds.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I am Alex. I'm 34 years old. When I was in my 20s, I was a little out of control. Like I was drinking every night. I was having lots of unprotected sex. I was constantly going on and on about how Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction. You guys would not have liked me. At 34, I was born in 1989, same year as Taylor Swift. Somehow she's already been through 10 different eras. Dinosaurs lived 165 million years. 3 eras. We need a mathematician. Seriously, we need a mathematician. I've recently been trying to solve for why my ex doesn't love me anymore. She said she didn't like the gifts I gave her. No, I did. Last year I did all my Christmas shopping at Redbox. That's the only gift you can give where you hope that they return it. I'm a small business owner. Yeah, I run a private prison out of my garage. Right now it's just one dude handcuffed to a pipe, but it's a double wide. There's room for expansion. I am 34, getting older, and I've realized there's still a lot of things I want to see before I die. I'd like to see the Grand Canyon. I'd love to see Barack Obama's birth certificate. I'm counting down the days to the 2024 election using my Donald Trump Advent calendar. It's pretty cool. Advent calendars are great. You get a little gift every day counting down to the big event. I've got a lot of cool stuff. Let's see, I got a bumper sticker of Calvin pissing on John McCain's grave. I got, what else? I got a Trump University degree. That's how you get them now, an Advent calendar. I got a Rudy Giuliani Fortnite skin. He has an emoji where he sweats out his hair dye and the other players can get stuck in it. They need to nerf that. I got an Ashley Babbitt Funko Pop. There's also a Chase version with her head blown. Yeah. What else? I got Dr. Fauci's coordinates. It makes a great gift. Inflation is bad right now, though. Like my girlfriend and I, we were trying to book a vacation, and we were just looking for the cheapest flights we could find. So I was looking in the Middle East, and one-way tickets to Baghdad, $1,300 right now. 20 years ago, they would have paid me to go there. That's a 2,000% inflation rate. My cousin is in the military. He recently achieved the ranking of POW MIA. Yeah. I tried calling to congratulate him, straight to voicemail. Yeah, apparently he thinks he's too good to talk to, man. That's prisoner of war, missing in action. I used to work at Toys R Us, and one time this lady came up to me and she told me she was looking for the new holiday Barbie. So I told her, I was like, okay, it's over in our Barbie aisle, I'll show you where it's at. And she was like, well, actually I was just there and the only thing on the shelf is the African American doll and I'm looking for the Caucasian one. And I was like, lady, you know all these dolls are Chinese, right? I will end on this last joke. I've been on Tinder for a while, and I came across this one girl's profile. We matched up, and in her bio she had written, I swipe right on all U.S. soldiers because it's my civic duty, which is one way to support the troops, I think, swiping right on them. But she inspired me, so I put in my bio, I swipe right on everyone in Flint, Michigan that still doesn't have clean drinking water. I don't have any water to give you, but I do have some pipe I can lay. They had rusty pipes. I'm Alex Leeds. Thank you guys so very much. Alex Leeds, keep it going for him, everybody. All right, that is all the comedians competing on the show this evening. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have every comedian come onto stage for me, please. Everybody come on up. Yeah, give it up for him. That'll be good. Yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Once we get everybody up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read off every comedian on the show. Once I read off your name, wave, get off the fucking stage. And for whoever's voting, remember, you have to vote for 3 amateurs and 2 semi-pros. If you don't vote for 3 amateurs and you don't vote for 2 semi-pros, your ballot will not count. You understand? Yes. All right. Hell yeah, school again. This is great. All right. Comedian Silas, everybody. Laura Cord. Tony Watson. Christian H.B. Nick Higdon. Allison Stapp. Terrence The God Show. Lena Beamish. All right, that is all of the amateurs. Remember, you must vote for 3 amateurs. If you do not vote for 3 amateurs, your vote goes in the fucking garbage. All right, semi-pros, here we go. Wyatt Lutz. Luke Fagenbush. Wonder Doug. Ian Squint. Ty Erskine. Alex Lees. All right. Wow, what a hell of a show so far. Look, the lights are on. Isn't that crazy? What's going to happen now is we're going to have 2 handsome men come and collect your ballot. So what I want you to do is go ahead and put your votes down. And once you're done voting, go ahead and stick your ballot up in the air so that way they can know to come to you. Once you're done voting, they'll take it, and then we'll go in the back and count it. And the faster you vote, the sooner I have to pee, because I have to pee so bad. And I should have done it like a minute ago, but I kept drinking too. But remember, hey, we love to vote. Vote or die. Remember that slogan, which was aggressive. So if you don't vote, I'm from Dayton. I have a knife in my pocket right now. So make sure you vote. 2 amateurs. Wait, no, sorry. 3 amateurs, 2 semi-pros. 3 amateurs, 2 semi-pros. Hell yeah. And now we have another trick for you. Now it's math time. You're about to get your checks as well. So everybody vote. All right, that's a way to abstain from a vote. Make some noise if you've already voted. Hell yeah. If you still need your ballot collected, stick it up in the air. And now it's time to tip your server. If you notice, there's a bunch of you. There's one server. Make sure you tip her 20%. So make sure you tip her. And if you don't know how to do, this is a real quick how you do 20%. Math real quick. Say your bill is $35, man. I'm gonna use you as I'm gonna fucking do. I have to tell jokes and you guys are gonna do math, so I'm gonna tell you how to tip.
If your bill is $35, here's a trick. What you do is you move the decimal place over 1 point. So you have $3.5. That is 10% of your bill. What? But that's not a good tip. That's a shitty tip. What do we do now? I got it. Fucking double it. That's 20%. That's how you tip 20%. Give it up for 20% tippers. People that tip 20%, I bet, can make anyone come. And they're I don't know. They're good at smush. Oh, good. That's gross. They're good at fucking. Yeah, what's up? That was a good ass show, huh? Yeah. All right, good. You guys know you paid to be here. Hell yeah. So I'm going to tell you some new jokes while they count the votes in the back. I have a couple nieces and a nephew, which is a fun way to say my sister fucks a lot. She's pretty good at it, from what I can tell. Just kidding. Ha 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 ha. We're at a comedy club. I don't think my sister is good at having sex, to be honest. Because she's got 3 kids, dude. That's not how you do it. You know what I mean? I don't want to have kids. I've never had sex and at the end of it been like, I hope something happens later on. You know what I mean? I've just been like, in the trash. You know what I mean? I've never... Here's the thing. I do love my nieces and nephews. They're the fucking shit. I love them. Here's the thing. I think kids just in general have better senses of humor than adults. No offense to you guys. You guys are great. But I think kids have a better sense of humor. Here's how I know. Because I can go up to my 7-year-old niece, I'll be like, hey, Mimi, guess what? And then she'll be like, what do you want? She's kind of like a cunt or whatever. But she'll be like, what do you want? And I think it's funny. But she's like, what do you want? I'll be like, booger butt. Then she'll have a nosebleed laughing so hard. She's like, oh my God, a booger butt. And I'm like, yeah, dude, it's hilarious. Every time it farts, it sounds like a sneeze. And it's brilliant. I think it's better than any joke that's ever been written, you know? I like it. But I feel like, I don't have kids of my own, but I feel like every little kid from like age 4 to age like 10 is like super obsessed with like one specific thing that they make like their whole little kid personality, you know? And I asked when I was hanging out with my sister, I was like, yo, what are these kids super obsessed with right now? And she was like, oh, they're obsessed with this show called Bluey. You'd love it. Yeah, right, Bluey? And I had no idea what it was. So I was like, what's Bluey? She was like, oh, it's great. It's this blue cartoon dog, and she plays games with the kids. She teaches them lessons. They watch it. They fucking love it. And I'm like, I'm a 90s kid, so I was like, you just described Blue's Clues. Did you have a stroke? What? Like, that's the same exact show. I was like, what the fuck? And my sister's like, no, it's totally different because Bluey is from Australia. And I was like, what the fuck? That's not... I turned into like a Fox News uncle for like 30 seconds. I was like, you mean to tell me these immigrant blue cartoon dogs are coming into this country and stealing our good American blue cartoon dog jobs? What's next? Where does it end? Clifford the Big Red Dingo? I was so fucking pissed. I was like, what? And she was like, watch a couple episodes, you'll like it. And I was like, what the fuck? She was right. It's a really good show. Highly recommend. I'm gonna get a tattoo of Bluey smoking a cigarette, drinking a 40 on my arm in a couple weeks. She fucking rips, dude. You know what? Let's just do some weird jokes. I think we could probably all agree, regardless of what you believe, like politically or spiritually or whatever, I think we could probably all agree we could all maybe do something that makes life better for the people around us. I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what that is. I have one idea of maybe what it could be, and I think that is if we're reading an article, we don't have to stop at the headline. We can read like the whole entire article, right? And this isn't coming from a place of judgment. It's coming from a place of experience, because I read an article, the headline of an article, I'm like, fucking got it, I'm informed, and I'll walk away. But like, dude, I mean it like 7 weeks ago, I saw this headline of an article, and the headline was, Stephen Hawking was in an abusive marriage. And I read that, and I was like, how did he hit his wife? That makes no fucking, what? I was like, he's a smart guy. When he put a bunch of Hot Wheels tracks around the house, like, hey, stand still, you know what I mean? I don't know. So, it's like my new black eye theory. I'm not sure, but, and then here's the thing, though. I was like, that blows my mind. So I read the article, and I was wrong. Uno reverse card. I had it backwards. I was wrong. She was the one who was abusive towards him. And once I got to that point in the article, I was like, oh, is that how he got in the chair? Holy shit. And no, that's not it. He had like gout or something. I'm not sure. But, right? And I kept reading, and it turns out she didn't like hit him. She just like insulted. She just called him dumb. The smartest man to ever live. Like he gave him, I don't know. It's like cyberbullying or whatever. I just need Yeah, that last part never does good. That's okay. Yo, this is my favorite hobby in the entire universe. I like to smoke a shitload of weed and watch Fox News and pretend it's satire. And dude, it's so much fun. I'll get so high, I'm like, damn, when did SNL get so funny? This is crazy. I love Fox News. My favorite thing about Fox News is they'll bring on a guest, and it doesn't matter who it is. In the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, it'll say like the person's name, and then right underneath their name, a little blurb about like what they're known for, right? So I was watching Fox News one day, and they're like, coming up next after the commercial break, you fucking pussy. And I was like, whoa, how'd you know? That's crazy. And they were like, Kyle Rittenhouse. And I almost passed out. I was like, this is gonna be so funny. So I get super high during the commercial break, and then Kyle Rittenhouse comes on TV, says Kyle Rittenhouse in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Underneath his name, it says Second Amendment Advocate. Get the fuck out of town. That's not why we know you, like, at all, right? Nobody goes like, oh, did you hear about Kyle Rittenhouse? You're like, the guy that's at the podium all the time? No, that's not why we know. That's crazy to put why we know him, right? That's like if CNN brought on Casey Anthony. It's like, look, she's pro-choice. I don't know what to fucking tell you. She's way more pro-choice than you, so I don't want to fucking hear it. All right, thank you. One guy's like, oh, Jesus, and he can't save you now. I'm your new God. No, if they could count in the back faster, we would be done by now. Here's the thing, I have to pee so bad, like 30 minutes. I want to be off here way more than you want me to be done. So let's all just come together and distract me from the fact that I have to pee really bad and you guys have been at an almost 2-hour comedy show. Or not, whatever. It's up to you how we do this. I'm just gonna lead into the rough jokes. You guys, I was raised, I'm a 90s kid. Anybody remember that movie, All Dogs Go to Heaven? Yeah, it was a fucking great movie. I love that movie. Here's the thing. I think whoever wrote that movie probably did not know that Hitler had dogs because they for sure did not go to heaven. There's no fucking way. They maybe went to Argentina, but they didn't go to heaven. I did that show in Cleveland over the weekend, and I'm not kidding. Someone in the crowd was like, hey, relax. They were just following orders. I was like, you relax. What the fuck? It's like, also, roll over isn't like an order. You know what I mean? Yo, I used to work in a gentrified neighborhood. Anybody else? Hell yeah, give it up for this one, truthful, honest lady. Hell yeah, I like your glasses. See what happens if you respond, you get a compliment. That's what I'm doing now. If you engage with me, I'm gonna compliment you. What's up? All right, you're okay, you're very handsome. See, this is good comedy. Yeah, but I think you should work in a gentrified neighborhood if you get the opportunity because you get to meet people and like make friends with people you never thought you would. Like for example, I made friends with a bunch of homeless people, which I didn't expect I would, because surprisingly we have a lot in common. Like we both like to smoke the weed that I have behind the dumpsters where I work, so we have a bunch in common. But they started looking out for me, I started looking out for them. It was like a really good relationship. But one day, I was standing in the middle of the place where I work. There's these big plate glass windows up front, right? I'm staring straight out these glass windows, and then I see the dorkiest dad I've ever seen in my life run as fast as he could, so still pretty slow. But he was running as fast as he could right across these windows, right? And then I see my homeless friend Stephanie chasing him, but her titties are out and she's screaming like, yeah, 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 yeah. So I run outside, I'm like, this is my friend Stephanie, like, what the fuck, she can't get in trouble. So I run outside and I go, Stephanie. She goes, what? And I go, first of all, cool tits. They're like way better than I thought they'd be. That's a shame on me for being judgmental. But I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you're gonna get in trouble. The cops are around, they're gonna see you, you're gonna get in trouble. And she goes, don't worry about me, I'm just scaring off these fucking yuppies, and just chases after the fucking guy. And I was like, all these universities, all these PhD people trying to figure out how to slow down gentrification, this fucking lady cracked it. I'm like, what the fuck? So I pulled my titties out, and I was like, let's get them, ladies. And we ran them out of town. It was good. Here's the thing, though. A few weeks later, I see my best friend in the whole wide world, who's also my sister. She lives in Chicago. So I'm telling my sister this story, right? I'm like, yeah, my homeless friend Stephanie. And every time I say the word homeless, she stops me and she goes, you meant unhoused, right? And I'm like, look, I get it, you're not trying to boil down someone's existence into experiencing homelessness. I understand that. But in saying unhoused instead of homeless is you just like switched where the contraction is. You just moved it to the front. You didn't actually do anything to help, right? But every time I say homeless, she goes, "You mean unhoused?" And like, I love my sister. She's my best friend in the entire universe. But she's kind of like what I like to call like a lesbian, and she just like would not let it go, right? And after a while, like we're arguing, and I'm like, "Dude, what do we talk? Like we both live in apartments. What do we know about not having a place to live?" Like I was like, "You know what? I'm just gonna go straight to the source. I'm gonna ask my friend Stephanie when I get back into town." She's like, "Okay, let me know what she says." So I go back to town. A couple weeks later, I see Stephanie. I stop her on the street. I'm like, "Hey, Stephanie, I was talking with my sister. What do you prefer to be called, unhoused or homeless?" And she goes, "Why? You need a roommate?" I'm like, "Never mind. You're fucking homeless." That's gonna do it for me. All right, I'm gonna do one more joke, and then we're gonna get the results in. Sound good? Hell yeah! I was on YouTube the other day, and I found out John Hinckley Jr. got released from prison. Anybody know who John Hinckley Jr. is? Yeah, make some noise if you know. You're the cool. You have very nice hair. Hell yeah! If you don't know who John Hinckley Jr. is, he got arrested in 1981 for shooting Ronald Reagan and doing a bad job. He got caught right away, and he didn't die, and he got thrown in prison, and now he's out. And I did not know that you could get released from prison after shooting a president. I thought that was like, you get one chance, fucking make it count. You know what I mean? I didn't. But to be a fly on the wall in the courtroom, like to hear his appeal to like get out of that, right? Like I can only be like one thing. Like I think this is what John Hinckley Jr. must have said to that judge. He goes up there and goes, "Hey, look, Your Honor." He's a real casual guy. He's like, "Hey, look, Your Honor. I'm not saying what I did was good. I wish if I could go back and change it, I wouldn't do it again. I swear. But in my defense, it was the '80s, and I was coked out of my fucking head." And that judge was like, "Shit, me too, brother. You're free to go. go get him, scamp." And now he plays the acoustic guitar and sings songs and makes finger paintings. So he's honestly pretty fucking good. He's like way better at painting pictures with his finger than shooting presidents. I will say that. That finger's for painting, not for triggers. Here's the thing. The reason why he shot Ronald Reagan is because he wanted Jodie Foster to notice who he was. And everybody was like, "You dumbass, she's a lesbian. You're barking up the wrong tree," right? And then everybody's making fun of him, and I'm like, I bet she noticed. Like, it worked, right? Like, it did work. All right, you guys, she noticed. She was on the news about it. She knows who he is, right? That's, like, impressive. I'm just saying, I can feel you guys are getting uncomfortable with where I'm going with this, but I'm just saying, objectively, a good idea and impressive one at that. I'm just saying, I'm impressed if you shake the president's hand, let alone shoot the fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like, that's... Like, how many people have shot the president in U.S. history? 6, maybe 6.5 if you count the guy that threw a shoe at George Bush. Like, it's historically significant is all I'm saying. Let me put it to you this way, because you guys, over here doesn't seem like they're on board yet. Here's the thing. If you win an NBA championship, as a gift, you get to meet the President of the United States. LeBron James, Ohio legend and hero, has won 4 NBA championships, meaning he has met the president 4 different times. That is one of the most impressive things I can think of. The only thing that can make that more impressive is if one of those times LeBron also shot the president. Are you kidding me? The very next day on ESPN, they'd be like, "Breaking news, LeBron James is the greatest shooter of all time." Then LeBron would come on TV and they'd say, "LeBron James, Second Amendment advocate." And I think that'd be pretty sick. Hey, that's it for me, everybody. All right. I got the results in. What I'm going to do is once I call your name, come up on stage. We're going to give a round of applause at the end, okay? So, the first comedian advancing from the amateur division is the one and only Nick Higdon. All right. And the next comedian from the amateur division advancing is Allison Stapp. All right, and that is it for the amateur division. From the semi-pro division, we have Luke Fagenbush. And the final comedian advancing from the semi-pro division is the one and only Alex Leeds. Get on up here, Alex. All right, give it up for every comedian you saw this evening, please. And please give it up for the advancement of the contestants. All right, give it up for them, everybody. Alex Leeds, Allison Stapp, Mr. Higdon, Luke Fagenbush, All right, guys, the show is wrapping up, but what I wanted you to say is if you enjoyed the show, you can check us out on all social medias, Twitter, Facebook, the other ones. Go on there and follow us. You can also go to our website, GoBananasComedy.com. You can check out all of our upcoming shows, buy tickets, make reservations. Thank you guys very much. I'm Dan. Give it up for yourself. Good night.